The graph of a function f is shown. We want to use the graph to find f inverse of 8. So let's go ahead and take a look at the graph. So this graph is graphed in blue. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to call this the function f of x. Okay, so let's figure out what each ordered pair is. So this ordered pair, we have 8, and then this is also an 8 here. So this ordered pair represents 8, 8. Okay, now this ordered pair, this is 6, and it's 0. So this ordered pair is 6, 0. Okay, this ordered pair is 0, -4. And then this ordered pair here is -8, and -5. So now let's write out the function. So we know that f of -8 is equal to -5. We know that f of 0 is equal to -4. We know that f of 6 is equal to 0. And we know that f of 8 is equal to 8. So therefore, this is the function when we have the inputs are given, and then that's the output. Okay, now let's determine what would the inverse then look like. So this is for the function, okay, f of x. So now what we want to do is we want to find the inverse of this function. Okay, so the inverse of this function is f inverse of x. Okay, so that means we're just going to now change the inputs and outputs. So now f inverse of -5 is now going to have an output of -8. F inverse of -4 is now going to have an output of 0. Now again, keep track of what we're doing here. We have f inverse now of 0, which is equal to 6. Then the last one, we have f inverse of 8, which is equal to 8. So now we got our answer here because f inverse of 8 is equal to 8, and we can go ahead and put that answer in here. So the answer here is 8. Okay, now, but let's finish the graph so we can understand what this graph would look like. So now this means that we need to now interchange these ordered pairs. So now the inverse ordered pair is now going to be -5, -8. This one's going to be -4, 0. This one's going to be 0, 6. And this one's going to be 8, 8. So let's go ahead and then plot those on the graph. So we have first -5. So we're going to the left, -5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then down to -8. So there is -5, -8. Okay. Next one is -4, 0. So we're going to go over -4, and then it's 0. So there's -4, 0. And then we have 0, 6. So we start at 0 and go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 0, 6. And the last one is 8, 8, which we already have there graphed. So let's just go ahead and then graph this so we can see what the graph of the inverse is going to look like. Okay. So starting here, we draw a line to connect to that point. And then we draw a line to connect to that point. And then we draw a line, then connect to that point. So therefore, you can see what the inverse is going to look like. And therefore, we would say that this green function now represents f inverse of x.